time to go to the movies.
I like to support small businesses and all that. But when you've got somebody that doesn't know how the hell to just let you know some information, it's like, come on now, let's do this professional. Is this a business or is it not a business? And if it is, get somebody on the damn line that can give me the information that I need and I want to hear. I want to be able to call this number, and then I want to figure out what next step do I take. Do I go to the movie theater or do I not? Are you guys open today or are you not? What time are your show times? That's what I want to know. Don't give me everybody else in the phone book's damn phone number to call and figure that out. I called the movie theater. That's what I want to talk to.
Off my hand!
Tomatoes. Wolftick Nation, thank you guys for tuning in to once again another Wolftick Videos episode.
You don't give much time when I get done saying do you start, man.
Yeah, come out hot. Guys, on today's episode, we have got a very good one for you. Something that's been in the making for a minute now, and everybody should be damn excited. This is the Bucklos Buck Loose Factory 32 real-time review of this fork. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And we take it down everybody's favorite trail, the Cat's Meow. Now, guys, on this channel, if you are new to Wolftick videos, please hit that subscribe button. We are all about the budget stuff. We do all of the heavy lifting and all of the, what do you call those little hamster things?
We're guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs. We do all the guinea pigs so you guys don't have to. Yeah, yep. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I mean, that way you guys can decide. You go into it with some information that you get to see and know that people have really had it. I mean, when you go on to do like Amazon and some of them things, sometimes you have to wonder exactly what's up, because we have seen some write-ups where we're going, hang on now, and then now that we've been doing this, we know some people have gone on there and did some write-ups that are not legit.
Yeah,
you get a little kickbacks.
You get down the rabbit hole. So we are your best budget upgrades source. So welcome, and like I said, please hit that subscribe button. Now on this Bucklos fork, there's been a few guys that are part of the Wolftick Nation, like 3 or 4 different ones that have actually said they've had this fork. They just ordered it, yeah. Or they've been writing on it for a season, and I have not heard one bad thing yet about this fork.
Well, I hear bad things about every single fork we've ever done.
Yeah, I mean, but what's nice is the people that had the part of the Wolftick Nation that's had this fork for a minute, not one has said it's failed yet. You know, will it fail in the Cat's Meow? Yeah, that one.
I see. I'm privy to a little more information than you are.
Okay, you know okay. So, what we're going to do, guys, is let's go ahead and go out to the Cat's Meow. Let's do the real-time review, and then when we get done with that, we're going to be back here at the shop. We're going to talk about the scoreboard, the budget, under $200. Remember.
Yeah, real quick, in case you're wondering, because we've had people, every time we do one of these now, we get comments, well, where's the trace? Where's the Manitou, minutia? Where's all the, and it's like, well, those are in the 201 and up.
And up. You know, we have a video on that.
Yeah, we have those. This is the 200 and below.
Yeah. So, guys, without further ado, let's go rate the Bucklos. Let's go ride it. The Bucklos Factory 32 27.5 fork on the Comp Zerker. Let's do it. We will see you guys back here, and we'll talk all about it.
32 GFK.
Mm-hmm. Let's get it. I'll see you here in a little bit. Love it. All right, guys. Well, here we go. On the way to the Cat's Meow with the Bucklos Factory 32 forks. I think that's the official name for them now. $137 forks. Let's go and put this thing in lockout. Again, manual lockout, I'm a fan of. I don't really dig that whole remote stuff. Just too much up at the bar, especially if you've got a dropper. Too many levers. I get confused easily. So we're gonna take this thing through its paces today, and we're gonna see where this thing ranks, man. Lockout works just fine. I don't use it a lot, but Wolfman was a fan of the lockout. There's a slight little bit of movement up there. And I understand the whole, in case you forget to unlock it thing. While we were in the parking lot, you guys seen, we went ahead and filled this thing up to 80 pounds of pressure. I think 75, like road use or really light trail use, probably have been fine. But after riding on it just a little bit in the parking lot, kind of get a feel for it, I was like, you know what, I don't want to bomb this thing out immediately. So we went ahead and put the pressure at 80. All right, so that's most of the climbing for now. Let's go ahead and put the compression. Let's open it all the way back up and let's see how this thing does in the smalls. Okay, put a little weight on the front end of the bike. Let's see how these forks act. And rebound right now is about 3/4 towards the slow side. So I do like to run my forks a little bit slower on the rebound. Okay, not bad. With the smalls, it is absorbing some stuff. It's better than some forks, but it kind of has a sandy feel to the stanchions. Like, and it's not from a lack of oil. We can say that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be okay in the smalls. I don't know. We'll see what this thing rates. Remember, guys, when we get done with this, we're gonna go back to the shop, see what it's all about. But all right, let's hit this little uphill here, and let's go ahead and put that fork back in the lockout. And that was another thing too, and you're gonna get this from a lot of budget forks. The compression ring or the compression knob, they usually are really weird. Like, a lot of people hate on them because they feel so chintzy. This one here is loud and it does feel a little cheap, but it's working okay so far. I'm able to open it and close it and it locks out just fine. But that is a trend that you'll see with the more budget fork stuff. Okay, we're gonna open this fork back up here. Test out some more of these smalls. I was shocked the other day when we were talking, when we were doing the initial impressions and the install on this. I was shocked. I could have sworn this fork was $197. And you really gotta be on the lookout for all these different forks on the internet these days because they keep on just coming with more and more and more. And the fork that you could have, you've seen for $190 something, close to $200. The next week, you'll find that damn thing for $130, $140. I was completely shocked on the price, but we'll see how they act. So far, everything is feeling okay. It feels tight up front. I think part of that is due to that 15 millimeter through axle, which I was just really happy as well that it's a non-boost fork. Just no need for boost for me. And this thing is fitting a 2.6, no problem. I think it'll fit a 2.8. I wouldn't go any wider than a 2.8 as we talked about in the initial impressions video. But yeah, the smalls are a little gritty. It's just the way it feels. I'm curious to see how these bigs go. We're almost to the cat's meow. Man, that taco has been coming out here and doing some great work on these trails. They're nice and clean. So all you taco members that are watching, thank you guys so much. Allowing us to come out here on these nice clean trails and film. All right, guys, well, here we are, nice and cleaned up, the world famous cat's meow. Let's get ready to hit this thing with the Bucklos forks. Now, they're open right now and climbing, and you can see here the compression ring is right about 25%. I think about up here is where we're going to top out, where we're going to bottom. We're definitely going to bottom these forks. We'll take a look down at my little stopping point on the cat's meow. But all right, guys, Bucklos Factory 32, let's do it. All right, guys, here we go. Seat post is dropped down. The Bucklos Factory 32 or 34, not really sure yet. Fork, let's see how she treats us. Man, they're feeling pretty salty right now. And that rebound is right at 3/4. Okay, so not bad on the landing. Oh, hopefully you guys can hear me pretty good. It's pretty windy out here. Not bad on the landing. The smalls were decent. But I'll tell you what, that stroke and that feedback of that fork right now is nice and buttery feeling. Ooh, we got some mud. There's Brandy's Step Up. That's the official name now. All right, we got our tabletops. 1 and a 2. Slow it down a little bit. 3. Okay. All right, so I was impressed with that little section. We're up pretty damn high. I would like to know what that measurement is. Pretty good, man. I think we're set pretty good. I'm gonna try and keep moving down here because we got guys up here coming down, but so far everything is holding up and the fork feels pretty good. All right, we are between the trees over here. Okay, bombed it out there. I felt that. A little drop area. I'll tell you guys, the I think I have got a flat in the rear. Oh no, I got a flat in the rear. Hey Dad, I got a flat. If you can hear me, I got a flat.
Doctor, I guess where I'm going with that. Let me know. I'll take pictures.
Shocker, Wolfman's taking pictures. All right, so luckily I got my tool bag on me. Somebody the other day was asking my time on a flat. It's like, hey, what is you get a lot of flats on the trails. What is your time on fixing a flat on the trails? I'd say when I don't have to record, which I'm always recording, we're always recording, I'd say it's about, I don't know, probably 8 minutes or so. And it doesn't take too long. What is your guys' time? Now it's funny, we were just talking about this at the truck. My homeboy Walt hooked me up with this a while back. He works out Spa City Cycling. He gave me the big tank because the little ones are really... Anyway. Alright, Walt, thank you so much, man. We're going to start back up for my little drop section. And the coast is clear behind me. Got the flat all changed out. Sorry about that. Okay, so back to where I was saying. Got the drop section. Got my tire test area up here. And fork's doing really well so far. That rebound, everything is set perfect. And I think tire test a little shaky. Okay. The adjustments are playing really well with this fork. The takeoff is nice. The landing is it's smooth, but I can almost feel that little bit of grittiness coming back on the stanchions. I mean, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just like a cheap aluminum or something, but that wasn't bad, man. The smalls, and we'll see where this thing rates. Got a little bitty rock garden here now. That's cool. What'd you think of the ride?
I had mixed feelings.
Mixed feelings. One thing I
think that's the best way I can describe this.
Mixed feelings. One thing I do want to remind everybody of, and this has nothing to do with the scoring, right? Other than it's going to be on the budget $200 below board. One thing I want everybody to remember, this is a $137 fork.
Yes.
At the end of the day, guys, you can get a tapered through axle, air fork that has got rebound, has got a compression knob that looks pretty cool. You can get it for under $140. Like that's pretty cheap, man.
You could. I don't know if you still can.
Yeah, that's still pretty budget. You guys can look at the affiliate link below.
Here's the thing, though. I think if you're trying to lighten up a bike and you're going to ride it on some stuff that's not crazy, you're not going to be jumping all wild, and you're not my size or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I just think it's. I mean, you're getting a lot. You're shedding a couple pounds off the bike.
Yeah, I mean the thing.
You got a little bit of adjustment. It's a decent little fork.
It's decent. It's a decent fork, but it's just one of those things that is a quick upgrade. And I mean they're getting cheaper and cheaper. You know.
Let me take over.
Let's hit it.
Let me drive this. Okay, I'm the driver here. Let me drive this.
Okay.
So the Bucklows Factory 32 fork here. We're gonna go piece by piece. We're gonna break it down. Okay, so the first category is looks plus feel. In the looks department, you gave this fork a 4.5.
4.5 out of 5 on the looks department. It's a great looking fork. I don't think there was one person out there that hated on the way the fork looks. The orange decals, they've done a really good job.
Well, it imitates sort of the Fox look, I guess.
Yeah, you got the 32 on the front. I think it was a sweet looking fork.
I think it looks good. 4.5 is a strong
The decals
score.
all look good. The colors on it looked fine. It's a good looking fork.
All right, and the feel department, which would be the quality, the way the control, like the things turn and move, the way it feels, not how it affects it, but the way it feels right in hand, quality of the fork. You give it a 3.7.
3.7. The reason I gave it a 3.7, this you get a lot of after you've used a budget fork for a while, but this one right out of the box, it didn't feel the greatest when it came to the compression knob. It kind of had like when you're messing with, we did the Wolf Dad dyno, the lockout, all that stuff. It's really clicky. It's very cheap feeling, but when you get to the 8 or 9 click portion where it's going to lock out, it kind of just has like you can keep going if you want to, but it kind of just has a really weird rough feel to it. I wasn't a fan of it.
It's not very refined on that.
Yeah, it's not really refined. That and then the through axle just felt kind of chintzy.
On these smalls, you gave it a 3.0 out of 5, which is kind of a lower score.
Yeah, 3.0 out of 5 on the smalls, guys. It felt very rough. Fork just did not want to perform. The only time it really started to be active in the smalls, anything was when I had to like lean up on it and put my weight up on the front of the bike, and that shouldn't be.
And we did try it with a couple different air pressures.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
80,
we didn't show all of it, but I think we did like
75,
3 different
80,
air pressures.
85.
So.
We're all over with it, but the smalls just never decided to kick in on this fork, and not only that, but they felt very gritty, not very impressive.
Okay, and the adjustment factor. So the way the adjustments affect the fork, which you give a 4.0 out of 5.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty high score.
There's definitely room for improvement on the adjustments, but one of the things I've taken into consideration over this long period of testing out forks, not only is it important to be able to, change up the rebound if that's what the fork has, or dampening if that's what the fork offers, but it's really important to be able to set it at something, air pressure, rebound, and it stay like that throughout the trail. And the Bucklos did. The part where it was a little, I don't know, where it left me wanting more, well, especially when we were doing the Wolf Dad Dyno, was the rebound. Once you get about, I think it was like 21 clicks, once you get about halfway, you kind of lose everything until you go full slow or full fast.
I think it responded to adjustment on the air very good. Like 5 pounds would make a big difference.
Yeah.
And I think that the rebound adjustment made a big difference. I think it made a pretty good sized difference once you got kind of like what you were saying. But you said it didn't make much of a difference between halfway and full. I disagree. I think between halfway and full, it made difference every step of the way. Matter of fact, when you changed it on the last couple clicks, when I was in middle of my stroke on there, it completely changed it to the point where it threw me off.
Okay, so you agree 4.
I think 4 is the
right.
answer.
Yeah.
Now, the one that everyone always gets caught up on.
Everyone. They all get caught
bigs.
up on it.
You gave that one an 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10 on the bigs.
That's a decent score.
It's not bad, especially for a $137 fork. But guys, we did talk a while back. I forget what fork it was on. We had used the word progression, right? Is it progressive?
Progressive, yeah.
There's a lot of forks that are in the budget range where as soon as that sucker compresses, but there's still more travel to go, it stops. Like, there's no more unless you bottom it out. And then there's the forks that they hit that where there's more travel, and then there's some micro travel in there whenever you're hitting some of the bigs. Like after that thing's been compressed, there's still more movement. This Bucklos one is the epitome of the budget fork when it comes to that. It's no longer progressive after you done hit that big and it starts to compress. You're either bottoming out or it stops. And you can see that between the trees, I bottomed it out. Every big hit before the trees, I didn't bottom it out, but it almost looks like it on the footage because there's just no more travel after that point, But it's
there's no more building resistance.
Yeah, there's no more building resistance. It's either squishing here or it's bottoming out. But 8.5, not the worst, but it kind of started out really smooth, and then it kind of started to get a little gritty towards the end again,
Anyway, let's get on to weight. We've spent enough time on large, soaks it up there.
3.91 pounds.
3.94.
Oh, 9.4
See, I thought it was 9.1 as well. This 9.4. Anyway.
We get 10, we minus that, it equals...
So 6.06 is what it got
one
for
of the
weight.
lightest forks.
It is one of the lighter forks, absolutely. Anytime it's in the 3s, it's pretty light.
Very light.
3s and low 4s are light forks. Okay, penalties, had none. Matter of fact, it actually overachieved a little bit on the...
Has 141 millimeter stanchions, the exposed stanchion, and then the overall travel ended up being 123 point something.
Yeah,
so that's awesome. I love whenever the fork gives you just a little bit more travel than it's rated for, so I was impressed with that.
So now, do you have an idea where it's going to land?
Oh, the Bucklos Factory 32. The smalls, everything kind of, bangs it up here and there, but since there was no penalties and the weight's not going to be an issue at all, I'm going to say the Bucklos Factory 32 will be right under the Suntour XCR 32 that Cody D sent us.
Well, you're pretty damn close.
Am I?
You're close.
Where's it at? Where's she at?
29.76.
Oh!
So
what?
Look, you don't know this going into it, and I don't talk to you about what the overall score is and all that. We just go over the situation. I write down the scores as we talk about it.
Dude.
29, and I don't
7.6.
And I don't add it up as we go, so I don't even know what it's going to be till the end when I add it up.
29.76. That's right under the other Bucklos.
And listen, none of this is planned. None of this is rehearsed, and none of this. I mean, hell, we obviously don't script. None of this has been made to come out that close. So I mean, like
scientific. Scientific, guys. Very scientific channel. We are glad you guys are here, and please, if you haven't, extremely scientific. If you guys have not, please hit that like button. Please subscribe, become part of that Wolf Dick Nation. And guys, for the fork and maybe some other stuff, you guys can look down the affiliate links below if you kind of want to get yourself one of these. A lot of people are saying they want to wait till after review and see what we think about it. It's right in the damn middle. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Especially for a $137 fork. But guys, we will see you
on the next one. I think we might do something a little different, do a little road trip action.
the next video, guys, we're going to do a little road
Unless
trip.
something breaks in between breaking news. But
Yeah, for the most part, we've already got the video done. Hopefully everybody shows my boy some love. His name is Logan, and Logan's one of my students at the gym, and we go out and do a little road trip to Logan's house, and we help him out with his build.
encourage Logan and
Let's
get him.
encourage Logan.
We got a young person getting into this. He's real new to this.
Really green. You guys will enjoy Logan. He is a hoot. But
Yeah,
all right,
smart
guys,
kid.
appreciate you watching. We will see you Friday. Don't forget. Put it on
Yep.
your calendars.
All right.